Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and all placements. If you don't understand that, then please watch the previous video with the thumbnail that says all signs. I wanted to know from Spirit what this big shift is going to do, how it's going to affect all of us. I know we've been sensing this really big shift coming. I wanted to know what it's bringing with it and what it's removing, because not only is it gifting us all with something, it's got to remove something to make room for what's coming in, right? So there's a bit of a transformation in my experience. I went through quite a big transformation over a few weeks, probably 2 to 4 weeks. I feel like I've come out the other side of it, and now I'm just in that resting phase. But I'll tell you what, there was some big growth that took place in that, for me anyway. I am no longer worried about money. I'm being told not to worry about finances, that I will never have to worry about finances again. And even though they're not where I'd like them to be, I feel like I don't need to worry about them anymore. So hopefully that's the way it is for others of you that have had financial difficulty in your life. It's going to be different for everybody. Obviously, we all have different areas that we need to work on and different things that we need to let go of and shift. Okay, so what I wanted to know from Spirit today is what this big shift is going to do for us in terms of what it's removing and what it's gifting us with. Okay, now I do have, as you can see, 3 different kind of piles of cards over here. I want you all to choose one based on your intuition. What jumps out? Which door grabs you and pulls you in and makes you want to be there? Okay, that will tell you which pile has the messages for you. Okay, so these are the doors. Door number 1. It's like Monty Hall. Choose door number 1. Door number 2. This is more of a doorway, but still. Or do you choose door number 3? Now remember that for when we get to the end, because once I'm done doing the reading here, I'm going to pull the more specific messages for those of you that wanted to stick around and choose the door and see what the messages were for you. Okay, let's start. Ooh, 7 of Swords. Now this is the Light Seers deck. Decks will all be listed below. If I do go into an extended version, that link will be down below too. I'm not sure if I am. Gotta lay the reading out first. 7 of Swords. This is a card I keep getting too, Virgo. I'm Virgo as well, so we're all connected. Knight of Wands. Some of you may be moving. But just because it's coming up now, saying that if this is for you, an actual physical move, a residential move, it could be, no, because this usually represents a change of residence. So, but I want to point out too, if it's not a change of residence, look at around this girl. She's got 3 wands. So it's almost like whatever this swift change is for you, it's something you've been waiting for, because the 3 of Wands represents a wait, you know, waiting for the right time, divine timing, whatever it is. It's all about waiting for your proverbial ship to come in. Well, guess what? It's time for your proverbial ship to come in. And whether that means a change of residence or just very fast forward moving energy, I don't know, because the 7 of Swords, what it represents is things not working out as you had planned. So there's a new plan B in motion, and it's coming in really quick. Okay. Page of Swords. this represents delayed news. It can also represent, again, the same kind of thing that the Seven of Swords represents. News that you don't want to hear. Things not working out as planned. So I find it interesting that the two cards that are flanking the Knight of Wands both kind of have the same message attached to them, that something didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. But guess what? That's what's being removed. This is what's being gifted. So now we're going to go further. Bottom of this deck, part of your overall energy, Six of Swords. Whatever this is that's being removed and gifted, it's moving you to a better place. Okay? So those of you that are changing residence, that are moving your home, it is going to take you to a better place. You know, I was brought here about 2.5 months ago, and this place, oh, it raised my level of love. I just looked at the clock, 3:33. Wow. Google that, by the way. That might be an important message for some of you. I moved in here 2.5 months ago, and in that 2.5 months, my level of love, you know, working from heart center, has like that. It happened super fast. The growth was exponential in such a short period of time. And I think, you know, coming to the realization that these are the messages for me, that I am going to be moving again, I'm okay with that, because I know that this was a stepping stone for me. I needed to come here because the vibration, the energetic vibration within this home and around this home in this town was what was necessary for me to have the growth that I've had, and to have it quick, because everything is happening very fast now. Very fast for all of us, okay? So if you are being guided to make a move and you've just moved recently, try to be okay with that, because it means you've done what you needed to do in that new place, and you did it quick. And now it's time to move into something else. It's going to raise you again, okay? Now we're going to get some Gaia Oracle cards. Hopefully find out what this is all about. Okay, I'm being pushed to get another card here, okay? Three of Cups. This is going to take you to a place of celebration. Look at this. I want to point this out. Not good, great. Not good, great. It's like this. So if you feel like you've been on a roller coaster ride recently, you know, things don't work out as planned. Oh, look, something good came in. Oh, geez, that's bad news. Oh, look, something good. That, I feel, is going to be evened out. But we're going to go with Gaia here. Did I cut this already, angels? You know what? We're going to, okay, yes, we're going to do the shuffle all over again. Sorry, guys. I get interrupted like that, and oops. I get interrupted like that, and I can't remember what I've done. And whatever they wanted to come out, they know how to make them come out, no matter what. And I think that's why I had to start over again. Okay, Gaia Oracle. On the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Wands, you've got thinking of you, a loving thought, serendipity. You know what I'm getting from this? It's almost like something didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, and you went somewhere. Maybe you were guided to go shopping, go to a specific store, take a holiday, go for a drive to someplace specific, and you got there and it was like, ooh, look what's here, look who's here. Haven't seen this person in how long? So something not turning out right is because it puts you on the right path for something that is good, okay? Because thinking of you this is serendipity. This serendipity is all about those moments where we're headed in one direction and somehow we're turned and headed in a different direction. And it's when you head in that different direction you're guided to go in that you come across something that you wouldn't have normally come across. So those of you that have not been experiencing this yet, it's coming, okay? So pay attention to when you're moving in a certain direction and you feel like you need to go in a different direction. Like today, I was out and about. I was going to stop and get my little girl's nails trimmed. And at the last minute, something said, no, not today. And so I didn't go. I don't know why. I might never find out. But nothing happened yet that would show me why. But maybe it was just that, you know, she would have been hurt because the wrong people were working today. I don't know, but follow those nudges, okay? I have to spread these out a bit. Okay, now on the Knight of Wands and the Page of Swords, you have moonlight, travel, romance, potential. See? When things don't work out, moving in one direction and you change direction, look at what happens. This changes everything for you. You start out, things don't work out as planned, then something exciting and fast moving comes in. Then this is all about either delays or news you don't want to hear. Then there's celebration. And down here you've got thinking of you, a serendipity thought, moonlight, which is travel, romance, potential. And now on the Page of Swords and the Three of Cups, you've got yin yang, creating harmony through balance. You have some good things coming in here, Virgo. Just give me a second here. I need to get a feel for this. Okay, so what's happening here is you've got something really good here with the Three of Wands, with the Knight of Wands, okay? But you've also got the Three of Wands within that card, and you've got the Three of Cups, right? So this not working out as planned is moving you in a new direction that is going to take you someplace very quickly. And it's going to bring happiness. Look at this girl. She is extremely happy. It's like she's celebrating. She's loving life right here. And normally, I read these from left to right. Today, I'm being guided to read these from left to right and from right to left. These two cards are affecting they're not really affecting the Knight of Wands. They are the reason that you have the Knight of Wands here. Does that make sense? So this is something that didn't work out as planned. This isn't a message you wanted to hear. But guess what? From both of those, you have the Knight of Wands. You're moving quickly out of these into something different. And it's all about the energy around this whole thing is being moved into a much better place, right? And then joining this and this to this, you have thinking of you, which is a loving thought, and it's serendipity, and you have moonlight, travel, romance, potential. So these two things not being the way you wanted them to be is the reason that you're moving in the direction you're moving in, and it's going to bring what you do want. Okay, so don't be disappointed if this big shift is making its way in and it doesn't look like it's anything you want, okay, because it's going to be. And then on the Three of Cups and the Page of Swords, again, this is delays, or something you don't want to hear. And again, celebration. Because in moving forward through this, it brings balance, harmony and balance. And that's pretty much what I feel. I feel like I'm totally in balance in my life And there's harmony all around me. And like I said, my bank account isn't where I'd be comfortable with it being. Not at all. Not at all. But I'm feeling this. I'm very much feeling this. And it's just since I came out of this transition, this growth spurt, whatever you want to call it. Right? So, okay. What do we want to get now, angels? Oh, we are getting more tarot. Okay. I like that. This again is the Light Seers deck, but it's the holographic version, and they are definitely listed below in the description box. Oof. Okay. On Thinking of You and Moonlight. Magician. This is you manifesting this. This is something that you have been manifesting. And you didn't think it was playing out the way you wanted it to. But in actuality, it's plan B. That's going to be what you want. It's going to bring what you want. Now, this sits on top of Thinking of You and Moonlight. So this is all about love and romance and potential. You have the potential to bring this into fruition. It sits right underneath the Knight of Wands. You have everything you need to manifest what it is that you want, and you are about to manifest it. Your dreams are about to come true. But Spirit wants to make it clear, it's you. You're the one doing the work. You're the one that's making this happen. So good on you guys. Good work. Okay, so on Moonlight and Yin Yang, so on the romance, potential, and harmony and balance. Success. Six of Wands. This is success. You are manifesting everything you want. You are successfully going to bring it into fruition. Bottom of this deck, part of your overall energy now is the Empress. You are going through a rebirth. This transition, transformation, big shift that we've all been feeling, whatever you want to call it, it's obviously a rebirth for you. It's you are becoming a new you. What is it that you're trying to say here? Hang on. You are reinventing yourself. Thank you, angels. That's exactly what you're doing. This transition, this big shift, it is what's reinventing you. You are reinventing you through this big shift. You do have help from Spirit. There's going to be a lot of things that, like for me, coming out of this and feeling all of a sudden like I never have to worry about money again. And I truly believe that and feel it. 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I did not fully believe that. You could not have talked me into that. But all of a sudden, here I am, fully believing it. Like I full on know that I never have to worry about money again. From this point forward, it's going to start rolling in, and it's just not going to stop. And I feel like that's the same for a lot of you that have had nothing but financial difficulties in your life. And if that's what this is about for you, you manifested this. You might not feel like you did anything, but you did. Okay, now we're going to get Beyond Lemuria card. By the way, happy birthday to all my fellow Virgos. This is birthday. This is Virgo season. Okay, so our picture this time is this guy. I'm going to put this over here. And our message is the infinite. As Lemurians, we're only partially incarnated. Wait, sorry. As Lemurians were only partially incarnated, their bodies were much lighter, less physically actualized, and less affected by aging. They were also aware of their infinite nature. This card of rebirth, wow, can appear after challenges that have required a level of surrender. And we do have the surrender card in here. So whatever pile you choose, it's going to tell you what you've had to surrender. You have arrived at a beginning. Revel in your newfound inner freedom. Blockages have fallen away, and there are opportunities to step into. Stretch your wings and arise like a phoenix, born anew, ready for a new cycle of growth. Celebrate. Wow. Celebrate. Honor the road that brought you here and prepare to take flight with the tools you have gathered through your elevation process. Elevation process. When something brings you down, something brings you up. Something brings you down, something brings you up. This is spirit behind the scenes, raising your energetic vibration. And this is the road that brought you here. And that's what it's talking about. Celebrate, honor the road that brought you here, and prepare to take flight. That is your success. Sorry guys, you might want to screenshot that so you can look at it later. And this sits right underneath the moonlight card, the romance and the potential. I feel like we are going through this process, this rebirth, this growth, to ready us for the finances, because you have to be at the same level of wealth vibrationally. You have to be a match to it if you want to bring it in, right? You have to feel wealthy, because the feelings are the magnet. So try to feel what it would feel like if your biggest dream came true about finances, or your biggest dream around romance and love came true. Daydream it. Imagine it. What would that feel like? I know every time I do that, I get that warm, fuzzy feeling in the pit of my stomach. I call that a bliss hit. I keep getting those. Just about supper time for my little girl, if you can hear her whining. Okay. Ooh, I like this reading, Virgo. Okay, so door 1, if you chose this, it says, morning memory. Its healing gift runs a destined course. The morning dawn, our inspired source. Meditate under the sun. Do you know that I have been inspired to do my form of meditation every morning in the living room, watching the sun come up? So it's interesting, because I chose this pile. So it's interesting that I would get this card. I'm going to turn this around so you can screenshot it if you'd like. Morning memory. Its healing gift runs a destined course. The morning dawn, our inspired source. Okay. And we're going to leave the surrender card to last, because actually second to last, because the rest of these are all going to be, I think, good. So Synchronicity Oracle. Oh, this might be about a twin flame partnership for you, for us that chose this. 1001. If you start seeing this number, know that it means emotional mirroring. It means you are mirroring your twin. So at the time that you see 1001, pay attention to what you're thinking and feeling, okay? Because whatever it is that you're thinking and feeling, they're thinking and feeling. So either they mirrored it to you, or you're mirroring it to them, okay? Now we've got Gaia Oracle again. Ooh, look at this. And this all talks about Phoenix rising and a rebirth and liberation, breaking free from a negative attachment. This could be that financial. It could be in love. Wherever you have a negative attachment, Spirit is helping you to break free from that. And that is going to allow you the growth again. Okay, this is divine abundance. And we have individuality. Every person has their own personalized study plan in this Earth School. And you are studying individuality. Whatever it is that you feel you're growing from and learning from, it's your individual experience. Not everyone is experiencing that same growth that you are, and that's okay. Everybody's different, right? Okay, now we're going to get the surrender, power of surrender. And it says, surrender to the magic of who you are, Virgo. We all have magic, the magician, in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. So what you're having to surrender to is not going to be that difficult unless you have a lot of self-worth issues. And I'm not sensing that in a big way. So some of you may have, but I'm going to say majority of you do not have a self-worth issue. Okay? Okay, now the final card I'm going to read from the book for you. It is Sacred Destiny, and you have blessings, Virgo. Oh my God. Okay, let's see what it says. It says, Holy Spring. In many ancient cultures, it was believed that there were some springs that were holy. Gods and goddesses were thought to reside in or near these special places, and they were revered. Greek mythology is replete with stories of these special places. Many of the Christian hallowed water sources, such as the Chalice Well, were used for sacred purposes long before Christianity rose to prominence. These kinds of springs were thought to be healing waters where blessings were bestowed by mystical beings. The sacred landscape wants you to know this. Immense blessings are emerging into your life from those in spirit. Angels, guides, and spirit guardians are watching over you. Angelic intervention is available to you. Be open to the voice of the divine. Messages are all around you, Virgo. You are protected. You are safe. Have faith that your path is guided. Watch for signs that spiritual beings are present. Profound healing energy is flowing to you in wondrous ways. Refreshing, replenishing energy is filling your life. That's exactly how it feels for me. Coming out of this transition that I was in, that's exactly how it feels. So I chose the right pile for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Okay, now we're going to move on to the second pile. Okay, pile number 2. This is your door or doorway. There. And what it says on the back for you is, patience, everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. You are about to gain major clarity through this transition. That's where the patience is taking you, okay? Now, your synchronicity oracle card is divine intervention. When I created this deck, I'd been seeing several different numbers frequently, and this was one of them, 777. So I asked my guides what these numbers meant, and whatever they gave me is what I put on the card. So if you start seeing 777, it's all about divine intervention, okay? This is spirit stepping in and, you know, things not working out the way you would hope they would. That is divine intervention. This not hearing the news you maybe wanted to hear, that's divine intervention, because what it does, like I said earlier, is it's moving you onto a different path, which is going to make you happy. This shows up and it makes you kind of sad or disappointed, but it takes you on a new path that makes you want to celebrate life. Okay? So you are being divinely guided, and intervention is taking place only to move you to a better place. Okay? I guess we should turn this way. Okay. Now, your Gaia Oracle card is the Search, feeling lost, confused, and lonely. Now, this could be the way you feel at this point and at this point, right? Or it's the way you've been feeling, and this is going to be removed through this transition, this big shift. This is going to be removed. You are gaining clarity, just like the Patience card says. Look at the light coming in from behind her. That's clarity. That's wisdom, knowledge. So you are going to know soon enough what you need to know. Divine abundance is reframe. This is happening for me, not to me. I know someone that is always saying things are happening to him. They're not happening to him. They're happening for him. They are guidance. Again, back to the divine intervention. It is guidance. So those of you that have experienced this, you know, plan going awry, that's disappointment. And you might look at that and think, why is this happening to me? And it's not happening to you. It's happening for you because it's taking you very quickly to this happy place. Same with the bad news coming in, taking you someplace you want to celebrate life. So it's always, you know, 9 out of 10 times, it's going to look like something that's disappointing and making you unhappy, but it takes you to a new and better place. Okay, your surrender card, power of surrender. Surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. So when these things happen and you think they're happening to you, why is everything happening to me? Why is she or he having such a good life? Why isn't that stuff happening to them? Why is it me? Why does everything happen to me? You're going to have to get out of that. Because it's all happening for you, to move you to this better place, to reinvent you, okay? And your Sacred Destiny card is Adventures. I like that. I don't know what it's going to say, but I like it already. Okay, so let's read that from the book for you. And it says, lofty waterfall. Symbolically, water usually relates to emotions. Moving water is moving and fluid emotions. It represents letting go and release. Water also represents spirituality, and moving water can represent spiritual rejuvenation, regeneration, and renewal. Water falling from a great height, such as a lofty waterfall, intensifies every meaning of water. The power of the moving water doesn't allow life to be stagnant. Yes, that's all this movement in the top row. It activates new experiences and adventures. Yes, that explains exactly that top row. Now, the sacred landscape wants you to know this, Virgo. Something exciting is around the corner. You're entering a new frontier filled with expansive energy. Begin to look at your world in new and different ways. Something that you thought was mundane or someone whom you may have overlooked will open the door to new opportunities and a bigger and bolder way of living. Be willing to see the world around you in new ways. Don't be lulled into complacency. This card appears when you're ready to remove your blinders and take action so life doesn't become stagnant and lackluster. It also can signify incredible spiritual attunement and spiritual voyages. Wow. I am, oh, sorry guys, did I show this to you? I think I did. I am loving all of the readings here for Virgo. Everyone, we are headed to such amazing places. All of us are. And I didn't point out in the beginning, and I know you guys already know this, but if more than one of those doors resonated with you, then more than one of these piles is going to have messages for you, okay? Feel free. Feel free to go into any or all of them, okay? So now we're moving into the pile number 3, and this is the door. And what it says on the back for you, door number 3, pile number 3, is intuition. Simple, complex, words of pain or words that heal. You come to know truth by the way that it feels. That is intuition. It always, always lets you know how things are moving in your life or direction to take by feel. Your synchronicity oracle card is expansion. You are absolutely expanding. We all are going through growth, but you, pile number 3, especially are going through an expansion. That is the Empress. That is everything that this has talked about. And you are becoming very successful by going through that expansion. Oh yes, I forgot. You guys got 2 of the Gaia Oracle cards. Your first one is loss, grief, sadness, and resurrection. Now this could be representing what's up here, right? This is loss. This is things didn't turn out as you planned. That's a loss. This is bad news. That could be a loss. But look at where it takes you. So don't let this pull you under. Whatever this is, Virgo, try not to get pulled under too far. And if you do, pull yourself back out as quick as you can, because you have got so much stuff coming your way. Now, your second Gaia Oracle card is Eternal Dance, Movement, Wheel of Life, Path of Least Resistance. This loss, just like it says up here, over and over again, the loss is what takes you to the right path, the path of least resistance, the path that brings happiness and love and joy and bliss into your life, okay? So wherever you sense loss, know that it's to bring you a gain, okay? You're going to lose and gain, lose and gain. That's your growth. It's all of us. It's our growth. Okay, now the Divine Abundance card. Ooh, interesting. Because this pile, no, where is it? Ew, the first pile. In the Gaia Oracle, they got a card called Liberation. So if you didn't watch the first part for this pile, you might want to see what this pile is all about, because you just got Liberation in this deck. And it says the doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. That is so good. That's where I'm at too, Virgo. I'm believing, I'm trusting, I'm having faith. I'm not believing in the things I used to believe in anymore. And that is what you're being gifted with through this big shift. That's being removed from you. The doubts and fears, they still come up, but you're able to, boop, nope, I am not going down that road. I don't need to go down that road. I trust, I believe. Okay. Now, you also, lucky you, pile 3, got 2 of the Power of Surrender cards. First one is surrender to effortlessness. Nice one to get. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. So this is something else you're gaining. And I think this goes perfectly with liberation, because you're now believing a lot more than you used to. Your second one is surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. I don't think I have to add anything to that. It pretty much says it all. And that could be part of the loss, part of the expansion, because in this pile 3, you've got loss and you've got expansion. And then we've got this first row, loss, expansion, loss, expansion. Because loss is sad, expansion is happy. It's always bringing you something, right? So now with the Sacred Destiny deck, you have, potential. And we had that in the main spread right here with Moonlight. Okay, I'm going to read this from the book for you now. And it says, volcano at rest. Volcanoes erupt in places where the Earth's plates meet and where there are cracks through which lava emerges, either explosively or by flowing more slowly down a cinder cone. Even when a volcano is at rest, there is always the possibility of a huge eruption. There is the potential of great power. There are very few things on this planet more commanding than an erupting volcano. The archetypal personality of a volcano is one of a wild, unpredictable, and formidable energy. The sacred landscape wants you to know this, Virgo. This card appears when you're ready to activate your potential and step into your strength. This is a time to activate those gifts that you've had on the back burner in your life. You have incredible, untapped potential. This is the time to allow it to flow. And you had that other card that talked about flow. An inner wellspring of power is emerging. You have a profound spiritual power that is deep within you. Do not doubt your great authority and capabilities. A dormant volcano might indicate that you have uncomfortable emotions that you are repressing or keeping inside, thus creating emotional stress and inner pressure. It can also mean that you are on the verge of a great expansion of energy and life force. I feel that you are on the precipice of a great expansion and force. Virgo, you are about to be a force to be reckoned with. Wow. We all are. Every pile had so much in it. We are being so blessed and so gifted at this point in time. I feel like everything we've done over the course of our life, all the pain we've suffered, all the work we've done, the shadow work, all the suffering for the growth, I feel like it's reward time. Karma, it's payback. All the hard work you've done, all the giving you've done, all the generosity that you've paid forward, it's all about to come back, Virgo. All of it. The rewards are about to hit, and they're going to hit hard. And that's what we're feeling in this big shift. That big shift we're all feeling, this is what it's bringing. It's all good. It's all good. Even the ups and downs. You've got downs, but then you've got ups right away. So when Spirit takes you down from something that you think you want, they're going to bring you right back up into something that you didn't realize you wanted, but now you do know. Don't worry. This is all going to work out for your highest good. Absolutely. There's going to be a tower moment. I can feel it, but it's going to be when all of this, all the rewards hit you. It's going to be unexpected. It's going to be a surprise, a shock. That's the tower moment, okay? I'm not sensing anything bad at all. And I mean, this is the only bad that we've got in the reading, right? Is those two cards, and they're not even, it's a 7 of Swords and the Page of Swords. They're not majors. They're a piece of cake. They're just, they're more than likely going to be just a disappointment. Not a huge pain, not huge sorrow. But some of you have, if you chose pile 3, you've gone through a bit of a loss, or you will be. And that's the big shift. You're going to feel it. But it doesn't have to be anything really, really painful either, okay? So I hope this resonated with all of you. I don't feel we need an extended here, so I hope it resonates. I hope it helps you guys to get through this big shift that we all have been sensing. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.